issues as a company, and specifically I want to look into this 20.5 sales production growth, as it's far above our previous year's growth of 11.2%. Additionally, I want to look into a few of our key challenges, including our supply chain issue, our high loan dependence, and our competitive pressures, and fourthly, our manager bonuses. Okay, coming into this company, I have 4 main goals. The first being sales projections. I want that to go way up. I want our production budgets to be better, I want our purchasing budgets to be better, and fourthly, I want our cash budgets to be better. For our sales projections, I see we have a projected sales growth of 20%. I want to look into that, and I want to make sure that's accurate. For our production budget, I want to make sure that we're able to produce enough to meet our customers' needs. For our purchasing budgets, I want to make sure we have enough inflow of materials to reduce our production budget's needs. And fourthly, I want to make sure we have enough cash flows to pay for all these purchases. Now I want to give the floor to our manager, Nathan.
Hey guys, we need to increase our production. Through 2005 to 2011, we have seen okay results. We have seen an 11.2% annual growth rate. That's good. But at Let's Go Aero, we're great. We need to increase that rate to 20%. So from starting in 2011 to 2015, we want to see a 20% annual growth rate from 2014 to 2015. And we want to specifically focus on our retiree market. This market is the baby boomers. Not only do they have the time to go outdoors and use trailers, but they also have the money. They have the money to meet the profits that we want to reach, guys. So this is really important here. But we do have some restrictions, guys. We do have competitors. Coachman RV, Jayco, Crossers RV, I hate them. They're our biggest competitors because they are selling trailers that are similar. They're selling a product that our customers are switching to at certain times, because the truth is we don't have a huge advantage right now. Some of them have lower costs than us, or even the same cost as us, and that's a big reason we need to pay careful attention to our production, to our cash flows, and to our actual consumer demands. Yes, we do have a good market right now. Camping has grown in popularity from the top 7 to the top 6 recreational activity, but we do need to tread with caution. In getting into our roadmap right now, I want to hand this off to Esther, our production manager, to talk about the sales that we have been projecting currently.
Here is the production budget, and here the budgeted sales are based on seasons, and here the ending inventory is the 20% of the next month's sales. And so budgeted sales plus the desired ending inventory minus the beginning inventory equals the required trailer production. And the advantages is that because it aligns production with seasonal demand, ensures that trailers are available when needed. However, because of the fluctuating production schedules, it creates inefficiency in labor and product costs. It does maintain an ending inventory buffer to prevent stockouts. However, there's a risk of underproduction. Next, I'm going to be handing it off to the purchases manager.
As a purchasing manager, I use the trailer production times the sheet material needs per trailer to get the total production needs. And then I add the ending inventory to get the total material needs, and that's the beginning inventory to get the total sheet material purchases. Then times the cost per square yard to get the total cost. And because we are using the seasonal demand function, there are different demands for different months. So which causes the total cost for different months fluctuates along the seasons. And the next page is, so here by using this kind of budgeting, it helps us to forecast the raw material cost and the management cash flow, and also prevent the overproduction and material waste. But there's some disadvantages. First, aluminum price volatility. So we don't have a long-term contract, and the price for aluminum should fluctuate between $8 to $15. But here we are using $8 for accounting use, and there are also errors in demand forecasting. If we have not errors in forecasting, we'll have actually inventory or production shortage. Then I will hand the presentation to Cindy.
As a finance manager, our department would prepare a cash budget, which is we want to make sure that we maintain $100,000 at the beginning cash balance for every month to stabilize our company cash flow and able to handle any potential losses. By using To estimate the cash collection, we're using our company cash collection policy, which is the 25% of the sales of current month will be collected, but the 50% of collection will be collect the following month, and the 60% of the collection will be collect the following 2 months. So we got the total collection, adding the beginning balance to have our cash available. And next we have we containing the expenses, and we get an excess or a deficiency. So we can know that how much more loan we need to have, and depending on the excess or deficiency, we can try to schedule our repayments for our company to help our cash flow. And then if we after we pay all our loans, if we still have excess cash, we can put it in investment, and an investment that help company to grow assets too. That's how. So the advantage for our cash budget will be, so first, it's just ensure enough cash to cover expenses and improve our company cash flow forecasting and financial planning. Basically, track debt repayments on time and scheduling. But there is a disadvantage, we need to rely on a large borrowing in the early months, and then sometimes inaccurate forecasting would lead to liquidity issues, and then sometimes will also impact the profitability.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. I have a few questions concerning our production though. I realize we have some problems regarding producing enough or overproducing at certain parts of the year. So I'd like to propose a fixed production number, either 3,000 or 3,500. What do you think about that today?
Okay, we'll be exploring the production, purchasing and cash budgets for 3,000 and 3,500. Okay, over here for the 3,000, we can see in the production budget that it's all fixed. And however, we can see that there is inventory shortage, just down below. Then I'll be handing it off to our purchasing manager.
So by the same way of calculation, because the trailer production is fixed, so the total material purchases and need are more likely to fix, which is different from the first seasonal demand method. Then I will hand it to Cindy, our finance manager.
Okay, heading to me again. We're keeping the same scenario with the $100,000 with the beginning cash balance, and then keeping the same collection cash policy, which is we get some deficiency. Even though we get some deficiency every 3 months, but we are in a good shape for the last 3 months compared to the last seasonal products method. And then I think this help us to see the repayment is more or less.
Okay, thank you, Cindy. I like this option, but I want to keep looking at our other options as well. Esther, what do you think about our producing 3,500 trailers option?
And for our fixed 3,500 option, here you can see that there is excess inventory as seen here. For example, in May there's 2,000 inventory. And then passing it off to the purchasing manager.
Based on the same way of calculating the numbers, the total production needs, total material needs, and the total costs are still constant. But here, since we are fixed the trailer production at 3,500, we're spending more on material than before. Then I will hand it to our financial manager.
Our department prepare a cash budget using the same scenario with the cash collections policies, and then we can see that we are experiencing a deficiency for the first 3 months, but then we have a cash excess for the peak months, but then we experience a deficiency again after the peak month. So I think that's kind of a decision making.
Okay, thank you for your analysis. Now I want to hear from Nathan.
Okay, so I'm gonna lay it straight to you, boss man. So first off, looking at our original production method, so that was kind of like based off of our seasonal. So that's based off of we're only producing based on the sales that we're getting. And so the benefit to this is that we're not going to have excess inventory. However, the flaw to this is that we're constantly going to have fluctuating production, which means we're not going to have even cash flows. It means we're not going to be able to repay some of the loans that we have. So that's some of the struggles that we're seeing with the seasonal based income. Now, going on to the 3,000 trailers at the fixed amount. What we will see here is we'll see a stable working condition, stable conditions. That means we're constantly going to be having the same cost for materials, constantly having the same outflows and inflows for those months. However, we might see some lost sales opportunities as the 3,000 trailers might not be enough. And as we saw during some of those months, we had technically a negative inventory as we weren't meeting our needs. Okay, now going to the 3,500 trailers at fixed production. We will have sufficient and enough inventory for these months. So we're going to reduce our risk of stockouts here. However, what we do see is leading towards the end of our 6-month period is that we begin to dip into a deficiency again due to this higher level of production. We might see overproduction because of this. We're going to increase our costs because we're over projecting our sales expectations.
All right, thank you, Nathan, and I want to thank everyone else for their time. If you guys have any questions, I want to hear more from you guys.
Yes. What about our bonuses?
Okay, bonuses. I've analyzed your old structure for bonuses, and I realized you guys had some problems with it. Specifically, in the old structure, the sales and marketing team, your pure incentive was just to increase sales. I want to change that. There's more to target there. For our materials and purchasing team, your main goal was to lower material costs. Also, I want to analyze that. For our accounting department, your main goal was timeliness of financial statements. I feel like that's missing a big part of your job, so I want to modify that as well. In the new structure, we're going to change the sales and marketing incentive to focus on broadening target audience, as this will increase the long-term profitability of Go Aero. For our materials and purchasing team, I want you guys to focus on purchasing raw materials during their ideal months when we need them the most. And then for our accounting department, I want you to focus more on the accuracy of our financial statements and less on timeliness. I know the old system didn't work for most of you guys. I'm hoping this new system inspires a lot of collaboration between you two and overall brings in a new era of the company.
Okay, we've heard about our bonuses, but what is your decision for the production?
Okay, taking everything into consideration, I decided to go with the fixed model as we produce 3,000 units per month. This will ensure stable and efficient operations as we produce the same amount every month, which will also lower our financial risk as we are spending the same amount and bringing in the same amount of money each month. This also aligns with market demand as the historic growth is only 11.2%, so making 3,500 trailers each month would be pretty risky, as if we don't meet those sales projections, we'll be left with a lot of overstock inventory, and we'll raise our costs as we have to store all that inventory. So moving into the future, I want to stick with 3,000 trailers produced each month. Okay, I would like to thank everyone for their time today. I hope we're all agreeing with that we're going to go with the 3,000 units produced each month model. Everyone agree?
Yes. Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Good job, team.
Great job, great job, great job, great job, great job.